Kaire, has two levels of meaning. Ordinarily, it is interpreted the first level, which is a salutation, a simple salutation, it's like a hello or hi. You will notice that the way we translate our Hail Mary, and even Ave Maria, and all prayers in Spanish, in Italian, lahat po ang interpretation dito is a first level lang, which is an ordinary greeting or salutation. But there is a deeper level of meaning, and that is invitation to joy. So the better translation, actually, is not only a hail or ave. The best translation actually is rejoice. That's why Filipino translation perfectly puts it, Magalak ka Maria. That is the very faithful translation of the meaning intended by St. Luke. Because this is the argument. If St. Luke wanted to make it a simple salutation, he could have used another word, which is irene, which means peace, a better word. Pero ang ginamit ay kaire. So may ibang pakahulugan ito, hindi lang pagbati. Ito po ay panyayang magsaya. And we have an Old Testament account, the book of the prophet Zephaniah, also Zechariah. Also, it's an invitation to joy. And you will notice, my dear brother priest, let us review the infancy narrative. The whole infancy narrative is permeated by the spirit of joy. Consistent po yun. For example, the greeting of the angelic greeting, Kaire, meaning rejoice. And then the song of Our Lady, my spirit rejoices. And then, before that, when the Blessed Virgin Mary visited Elizabeth, what happened? The baby leapt for joy. Again, a messianic joy. And during the birth of Jesus, the angels rejoice, and they say, I will bring to you good news of the birth of Jesus. So the whole infancy narrative has this spirit of joy. Second word that we find in the same narrative, ikaritomene, usually translated napupuno ka ng grasya. But you notice that the Filipino rendition is rather weak. If we go back to the original, the word ikaritomene is in the past perfect tense. Ito po ay naganap na, samantalang ang ating translation sa Filipino ay napupuno ka ng grasya, which is a present progressive tense. Napupuno, kung tutuusin po dapat ay napuno, pinuno, punong-puno ka ng grasya. That is the faithful translation of the meaning of the word ikaritomene, which is in the perfect tense, past perfect tense. Kung tutuusin, wala po tayong biblical or exact biblical text that proves the Immaculate Conception. We do not find in the Bible the word immaculately conceived. But at least we can use this text, Luke 1:28, full of grace, and another biblical text from the letter of St. Paul to the Ephesians, chapter 1, verses 6 to 7. It gives us the word ikaritosen. Pareho po ng tunog yun, ikaritomene, ikaritosen. It says grace takes away sin. Now combined together, we will say that when Mary is transformed by that grace, already present in her, it has already taken an effect. So nangyari na kay Maria. So that the effect is, she was transformed by the grace that sin did not enter in her. So taking away the sin, if there is a sin, or hindering the entrance of sin. Ganun pong ang nangyari kay Maria. So walang kasalanang pumasok sa buhay niya. So this is the effect of the fullness of grace. Then the next greeting of the angel is, the Lord is with you. Very important greeting because it reminds us of the Old Testament formula. In the Old Testament, when one receives a mission which is difficult to accomplish because it surpasses human possibilities, then the formula, the Lord is with you, is addressed to the person being sent. Kagaya ni Gideon, kagaya ni Moses, kagaya po ng mga propeta. Pag binibigyan sila ng mabigat na trabaho, they are given this formula, the Lord is with you. Now we ask, why did the angel address this to Our Lady? What is so difficult in her work? Samantalang bearing a child is an ordinary vocation of a woman. Meron akong nag-survey. Sabi, sa bawat segundo, may isang babaeng nanganganak. Nagulat yung nakinig, parang mali ang kanyang pakinig. Sabi niya, sino yung babaeng yan? not going to real, what the speakers wanted to say, every second a woman is giving birth. So, kung po ay ordinary lang sa babae, ang magdalang tao, di po ba ordinary lang yun? Medyo hindi ordinary pagka-sekretary ng bahay. So if this is an ordinary vocation, why does the angel address to Mary the word, the Lord is with you? I told you earlier that the formula is given if someone receives a difficult mission. What is so difficult in that? Siyempre mahirap po. Anong mahirap? Because there is no male principle. To conceive without a male principle, it is something difficult, and therefore it needs the presence of God. Kaya po, yung the Lord is with you is a formula that gives us an assurance of the divine presence, of divine help. So pagka po sinabihan ng the Lord is with you, do not be afraid because you will be aided by God. And then the reply of Mary, the response of our Blessed Mother is fiat in Latin. Let us consider this in Greek. The word used by St. Luke, equivalent to fiat, is kinoito, which is a joyful response of the Blessed Virgin Mary. Compared to that, we find in the agony in the garden in Our Father, the word is genetheto, which is painful. Fathers, we only have 3 incidents in the Bible with that expression doing God's will. Tatlo lang po yan. Ang isa ay sa Our Father. Your will be done. Ang isa sa agony in the garden. Not my will, but yours be done. And the third is the response of Mary. Be done to me according to your will, according to your word. Pero malaki po ang pagkakaiba. Sapagkat sa sagot dun sa Our Father at sa agony in the garden, the doing of God's will is something painful. At marami po sa inyo nakarating na sa Holy Land, we will understand why it was painful. Sapagkat sa agony sa garden, mababa yung tayo nun, at mataas yung Calvary. Nakikita ni Jesus na pag siya ay umakyat doon, siya ay magdulog at mamamatay sa krus. So it was painful. And then also, I was telling the seminarians, each time I come to this part, sa Mariology course, I tell the seminarians, are you not bothered each time we pray Our Father? Because of the expression, your will be done. What if the will of God is that you don't become priests? Napapaisip po sila. Hindi ordinary ito, your will be done. Kaya may pain. Mahirap ipailalim ang ating sarili sa kalooban ng namamahala sa atin o ng Diyos mismo. Pero kay Maria po, walang ganong espiritu. The response of Mary was joyful and free. It was a total abandonment to the will of God. Puno ng kasiyahan. It was joyful, it was hopeful. That's call or infancy narrative, or the Annunciation narrative. Let's go to another scene, the Magnificat of Mary.